Welcome back everyone. So today I'm going to tell the world how I'm feeling as an ordinary dad, an ordinary granddad living here in the UK today. Now, as far as I'm aware at least, revealing these inner thoughts and feelings are still currently legal in this country, for the moment at least. And since the nightmare of those 3 young girls being murdered and the unfortunate and disgraceful civil unrest that followed, life here has changed. And the reaction to these deaths from some members of the public was just plain wrong, and in some cases plain illegal, and they are partly responsible for how many of us are feeling today. Labour's response to the riots has been very heavy-handed, and in certain instances rightly so. Racist attackers deserve to be sent to jail. People attacking the police should be in prison, and people looting and burning will get absolutely no sympathy from me. All the work of idiots who should know better. But at the same time, in labelling anyone and everyone who's even voiced a concern about illegal entry into this country as being far right and nutcases and lunatics, and portraying all of these people as bogeymen, has left many of us feeling extremely vulnerable, to say the least. Because let's be honest, this is starting to feel like open season on anyone that doesn't agree with the Labour Party or who might be concerned for the future of our country. This feels like we are open to attack and that the law will have no sympathy for us whatsoever. This feels like you either go along with the narrative or face the consequences. What sort of society is that when you're no longer allowed to have an opinion? It now feels like a country where any criticism of our leader will come under scrutiny, and it feels like our rights to free speech have been taken away. Certainly it feels like the police will treat us differently, and no matter what the debate, we will always be found to be in the wrong. Quite simply, this feels like nothing more than Soviet-style oppression. And the worst part of it all is that I know there are millions of people out there who are feeling exactly the same today, frightened to leave their homes and oppressed in their own country. And it doesn't matter whether that perception is right or wrong. It's how the people are feeling that is unquestionable. Like second-class citizens whose thoughts, opinions and views no longer count. And Labour have managed to achieve all of this in just, 6 weeks? Keir Starmer doesn't seem to understand that his dismissive attitude isn't making things better. He's not told my family that we will be protected, that we will be looked after, and he hasn't given us any reassurances or comfort whatsoever. And by the way, where are the Tories in all this? Not a single word from any of them that I've seen. None of them have been calling this out. And it's no wonder people deserted them, because they have clearly deserted us. And I thought that this message, which I'll pop up on screen, left on my channel this morning from a lady called Lisa, summed up the feeling of a nation, and probably better than I can, when she said, "I'm worried, scared and angry because I know it's only going to get worse. My anxiety is through the roof. I can't stand much more of how things are going. It's insane." So, summing up the feelings, like many others right now, I guess, we feel unprotected, we feel neglected, and we feel under threat. We don't feel that we have any representation, nor do we feel that our rights are being upheld. Quite simply, a lot of us are just feeling abandoned. So much for Labour's so-called love of equality and caring for the working class. What do they say? Things can only get better? Well, let's hope so.